Allez, on va écrire. Yes. Et le sénateur, c'est le moment to speak in English. Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. On est quoi? On est jeudi. 7. On n'est pas 7, on est le 13. Ouais, on est 7 fois. C'est pas ça, c'est que j'ai un ordinateur devant moi, l'heure est en anglais. So I watching like, why today is the 7th? No, on est au juillet. Aujourd'hui, on est jeudi 13 juillet 2023. On est à Saint-Martin sur notre radio, heureusement. Et comme vous le savez, tous les mardis soirs de 19h à 20h, j'irai avec vous dans l'émission La Conversation. Donc, avant que j'aille plus loin, parce que j'ai mon grand monsieur qui est avec moi ce soir, il m'appelle sénateur, je l'appelle député, mais ça c'est hors radio, nos affaires. Mais avant que j'aille dans le fond du sujet avec mon programme ce soir, on a vu depuis mardi soir, si je ne me trompe pas, ce qui s'est passé à Sandigan, c'est ce qui s'est passé avec le jeune et l'accident. Honnêtement, c'est un jeune, ok? Moi, ce soir, c'est vrai, cet après-midi sur les ondes avec Melissa Fleming, on a vu l'interview. Moi, ce qui m'a choqué, c'est le visage du jeune qui est tombé à scooter. Ok? Certes, le préfet a fait sa conférence de presse. Certes, la gendarmerie a donné sa version. Ma question se pose aujourd'hui, est-ce que nos jeunes Saint-Martinois qui sont en moto sont pas des humains aussi? Parce que pour moi, quand je vois la vidéo, quelqu'un fait un accident, logiquement, c'est ce que je dis, on ne touche pas quelqu'un qui fait un accident, on le tourne. Bon, c'est vrai, il y a eu des déformations d'informations, mais aujourd'hui, ma question est, monsieur le préfet, monsieur le commandant de la gendarmerie, les jeunes Saint-Martinois qui sont à moto, même s'ils ont, tout le monde a fait des erreurs, mais est-ce qu'ils sont humains aussi? Donc, je vous laisse réfléchir sur ça, parce que je pense à un moment, c'est pas de se mettre sur sa garde républicaine, mais il y a des choses à faire. Et je pense au gouvernement local, qui veut dire le gouvernement de Mussington. Ce qui s'est passé mardi soir, je pense que c'est un avertissement. C'est un avertissement parce que je pense que il faut que on n'oublie pas Sandigan. Après un an de mandature, je pense maintenant, on vous a vu à Quartier. Certes, les gens disent que ça fait la 3e fois qu'on entend on va réparer, on a réparé la MJC. Donc, j'espère, vous avez un jeune élu. Je pense qu'il est temps que Sandigan, les Sandigan, et quand je dis Sandigan, les gens de Sandigan soient mis autour d'une table et qu'on trouve une solution pour Sandigan. Parce que je pense qu'il faut arrêter de patch. On a fait beaucoup de patch dans les années passées, mais là, il faut que tout le monde s'assoie autour d'une table et trouver des solutions, des vraies solutions à la population de Sandigan. Parce que moi, je dis, c'est un warning, ok? Le jeune, quand on voit son visage aujourd'hui, certes, il y a des contrôles, mais sachez comment vous faites vos contrôles. Certes, c'est militaire, mais je pense que les jeunes Saint-Martinois aussi, il faut vous responsabiliser en mettant des casques aussi. Mais certes, la gendarmerie, les motards, quand vous faites vos contrôles, sachez qu'en face, derrière ces personnes, il y a des parents, qui ont une vie derrière. Donc voilà. Donc ce soir, c'était mon petit. Peut-être quand je vais finir, je vais pas revenir sur ça. Donc ce soir, on va parler à un grand monsieur que déjà il est grand et on va parler de 14 juillet. Okay? So I had about 10 minutes in French for those who wasn't listening. My marketers tell me, yeah, you had the music, but now you could yours. So we're gonna talk about 14th of July, how 14th of July was, and why you celebrate 14th of July? Because for me, I don't see the sun celebrated. Anyway, that's for me something you do by the prefecture because it's a fete from France and not St. Martin people fete. Anyway, maybe it's part of the culture, but tonight we're gonna hear Mr. MINGAU talk about it because I believe, we don't talk a lot. And sometimes we need to bring those people to learn to leave the population know how it was. Because today, you know, maybe before we didn't see that thing about stage, people drinking champagne, people eating little canapé. But today we need to go back to the roots, know how it is. So before you say I take your time talking in the place, I'm gonna put the camera straight on Mr. Mingaau to say good night, Mr. Mingaau.
Good night to you, Gerald, and good night to all the radio listeners around everybody in St. Martin, Fensoy, Dutsoy, and the Caribbean tonight.
But I tell you, you doing your presentation better than politician. When politician come, you don't be about Caribbean, no. I tell you, I don't. Yeah, minister.
Well, I know politician. I just was a man that used to be among the population and things. Because I used to work in the post office.
Yeah.
So you know, when you're a postman, you get to know a lot of people, and people they get to know you also. And I began to work in the post office. That was in 1964. I started to work in the post office.
Okay.
And then the post office started to evaluate, but not as how it was. I used to leave from by the post office with letters for Sanigong, what we say Sanigong. It's just from by the post office, by the mini club. I used to go with the letters and them in my hand.
Okay.
But after the years and them come up now, I had to take a bag to go down there and thing. And also, Sanigong being developed a lot too. So I was just there among the population and thing. I used to be a football player. I was member of the Bicycle Association. And also I used to be a member of the Volleyball Association. Which was sport concern, I used to really interested and to see our young ones to be developed and things. Because we got fellows here got a lot of talent. Sometimes there are fellows, they come from abroad and asking you, who'd learn these fellows to play football? What trainers they got? We didn't have no trainers. So that's the way that St. Martin and the sport. And years ago, the sport was to a high level. We didn't have no big field and thing like what they got French Quarter. We got, okay, French Quarter had a field, Grand Cross had a field, Margot had a field, Savannah had a field also, which part you call Peace and Love. They had a football field, we used to play there. And also we used to go on the Dutch which I could say Great Bay. Because you know we got Great Bay and Margot.
Yeah.
So now they changed it now from the northern side to the south side.
Yeah.
So it got me a kind of little astonished, but that is what they got today. So we have to accept it like that. And then the Dutch side fellows, they used to come out to play football. We go out there to play football again. We had competition between them.
Okay.
So it was really interesting.
So
Yeah.
Guy, we know back in the days when you guys was grow up, we Concordia, especially because for those who know, I would say that I gonna say he's a book about Concordia and other things. Concordia wasn't so. How was Concordia? Because we see now when I watching old pictures, we see a spew. It don't have nothing. And today, when you take the picture here and today, how you feel about the situation?
Well, I gotta tell you how I am in the area of Concordia situated. I used to live on the opposite side there. You see, they got my name for a street.
Yeah.
So you know that, okay. And the reason why they put the name of the street there, so on really Paul Mingaau and Prosper, because my father used to work for the Fleming and they.
Okay.
And he worked there for 47 years. So being at a point, working on the property there, used to work from there, like from where the gendarmerie is, with the cafes. They had a well there. And the cows and they used to be in a pasture.
Okay.
So that's why you see that big empty pasture there. So, and he was representing over from there, Telbong with Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah, with the very richest and then they've got property because you see, they got what they call a swing. And the next side is Concordia. We're coming up there by the football field, the real swing.
Yeah.
But that's a really swing side.
Okay.
Because we got in certain areas here they call them Spring Concordia. But we had no Spring Concordia, we had Spring. And we had Concordia separate.
Okay.
And the big pasture that you see empty there is where the cows and them used to be. And just opposite they had a place being separate with different walls and things. So the cows and them maybe spend 2 or 3 days they are eating food, and the other side they go eat food and thing and so forth. So my father was worried, and we used to go with him and thing, because my father had a garden in the spring, and he used to plant lettuce, carrot and thing. He used to come down with him, and I had my sisters, and they used to go on the Dutch side to go sell lettuce and tomato and things. So and then after Concordia started to develop, and before that, Concordia Road was a dirt road. We didn't have no concrete road. Here on the Audley 60, the concrete Concordia Road. But we had trench on both sides. And they used to take dirt, which had a gentleman there where they had dig out a cistern, and they take the dirt from the cistern and they put on top of the road. And the road was being smooth, nice, and thing. We used to play ball there on the road. And on the other side there next to me, we used to play bat and ball. And then over which part they got a water plant thing there they have there. We used to play football also there too. And that time they had a college also. We didn't have a college also built in 1954-55. They had a college also. And then we used to be practicing football just on the other side. And then for we now to go on a big field now, sometimes we get like 14, 15 years. So the fellows and them one sport and clubs feel and say, you come over here now to play? It's because you're a big man and things, so I must make up my mind. Because at that time we had 2 teams. We had one called Red Star, and the next one a Muscatel. And brothers used to play against brothers. So I was on a different team. My brother Raul was on another team. So they were just brothers against brothers and things. But we have, and then on the last end, we make one team that you call Jeunesse. So that's the Jeunesse football team I've been
So we could say, and those days were good days in Concordia then?
Yeah, good days in Concordia. Presently now, when I see how Concordia Road is, I say, the best thing, let me go up a little higher up to live. And how much of traffic get passing.
So you see the evolution of Concordia, evolution in Margot, and that time, who was the mayor at that period? When before, those evolution, Concordia, Margot, and that, if you remember, who's the mayor in that period?
Well, and I know when a young boy come up, I know Mr. Eli Fleming, he was mayor. And then afterward, they had Dr. Petit that came here. So the 2 changes at the present moment was between Eli and Petit. And Eli is he built what you call it. At that time while he was there, he built what he could have built. And then after the Doc come in, and Doc built what they could have built. So they made the changes.
So at that time, how was Margot? Because, when we watching certain pictures, we see since some lagoons, they full up. At that time, how was Margot?
Well, Margot at that time was which part you call Rue Félix Eboué.
Waterloo Alley.
The Waterloo Alley. And that time, when you go in Senegal, you leave it from you could go straight across and go down Rue de la Liberté. You go in Senegal. And then the people in them, because myself, some people from St. James, himself, my parents, and they had a ground in Senegal. And we used to pass there, which they have the collectivity, go across, and that as you come down from, what you call it there? I don't remember the name, but anyhow, before 1 minute. And they pass in front of it, and then you turn on your right hand, you pass in front of the courthouse, and then you go down Senegal, you make your ground there what you got to do, and then you come back up. And also, the pond wasn't full yet. And then to the Audley 60, they full the pond. So people from that time, we had a big water thing there, inside where the collectivity is, they had a dung heap was there. So they used to throw the garbage and thing there. And then afterward, now they became in the Audley 60s to full the pond and thing.
So today, we see people saying, okay, Margot dead, and if you're going Margot, it's really maybe you want administratively, you want to go to a paper for the creativity, or you got to go to some office. And back then, how was life in Margot?
Well, life in Margot on the main street, in which where we call Rue de la République,
Mhm.
in which where we had the mairie.
Okay.
It was there at that time. So if you got in the paper to go get, they had a mairie there to go and get your papers. And then the post office. You see, we are by waterfront.
Yeah.
We had the Laventille.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had the post office was there. The
Okay.
restaurant there, they had a post office was there. And then after in 1955, the post office leave from there. That one, they built a new one down below. And then the post office went down there.
Okay.
And those days, I didn't start to work in the post office yet.
Mm.
We went to down there in 64, I started to work in the post office. And we didn't have much flight plane coming from Guadeloupe. Sometimes I had a plane maybe 3 times a week. And we had much letter that came in the country and thing. And then after the place in the late part of 1950, St. Martin started to develop a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started to get people from Guadeloupe to come down here to do work because they know St. Martin open up with work. They come down here in St. Martin and they start to work.
So
Yeah.
when what was the connection between Margot and French Quarter? Because we always, until today, Margot is the capital, but French Quarter is like French Quarter there, but it's like it's a other capital. But what was the link between Margot people and French Quarter people?
But in those days, Margot people and French Quarter people, they had much link.
Okay.
It's because the most of the French Quarter people and them, they used to go on the Dutch side to go work.
Oh.
So they were more to the
Dutch
Dutch side border than thing. And then after to start to take a little progressive and thing that the government now and thing. We were telling a fellow about French Quarter, about Margot. He didn't know much about Margot. They used to come Margot, but to say know much about Margot and thing. Because they had a judge over there. He died now recently. And he had write a paper, a newspaper after he wrote. He said sometime when he had a problem, a case, with the French Quarter people to the thing, he said he used to come down Margot and the other fella had a bat. He said they come over there in the bat and he fixed up the code. Right? He arranged it right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the Juge Bourget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Margot people used to go French Quarter, they had party. Used to call it swing height.
Okay.
You see there, just before you took the road to go Galion, you have reached in French Quarter. They had a post office there.
Okay.
They had a man you call, they had a post office long after,
Mm-hmm.
But there by here you call, he had a place they call it Swing Height.
Mm-hmm.
So the people used to go upstairs and they dance and things so forth. And we had much transportation, but we had these bus where they had to pick up the trucks and they belong a thing out a box. So by that the people used to go up. And then little below down there, just after the gas station, after the Maison des Jeunes, they had another man had a swing high there too. So Margot people used to go up there, dance and party and thing and come back down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it? Because how was 11 November? Because I believe before when this celebration take place to celebrate and you follow it a little bit. What was those days? What was it was an event, both sides meet, and this year I do party, but you this year how? And back in those days, those celebrations
The
was
11th of November?
yes.
The 11th of November being created in 1960. Betwixt the Dutch side government and the French side government, and they decided that they wanted to make a holiday for the French side and St. Martin Day. So they pick the Higher government, tell them, well, okay, take 11th of November, and they make 11th of November for St. Martin Day. But we didn't have no 11th of November before.
Okay.
And all the fetes in the 11th of November, share and thing, all the fetes used to be in Margot.
Ah bon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's long in September month, they had another fete where the government was there, the recent government before, had created and used to keep a fete in Grengal. But otherwise, that French Quarter didn't have no fete. There's an oddly 6 days that the other government will take over and they make a gift, share the Grengal, 11th of November to French Quarter and keep 14 for Margot.
Okay. So talking about 14 Juillet, what we call the Bastille Day, back then, when you guys were celebrating Bastille Day, what was the meaning for you guys?
Well, in those days with the 14 Juillet, 14 Juillet, we used to have like, they got défilé, presently now and thing, but we didn't have no défilé for no 14 Juillet.
Okay.
What we used to have like 7 o'clock in the morning, 7, they used to have a church service. People, they go to the church, and then after people come back from church and thing, and then they go down to the market. And then they start the fete. Who want to go back home from church, go back home from church. And who want to go down on the market, go down on the market and thing. And they have the fete down there. Then the first thing they said, organize in the fete. Okay, we had much poster to say the goddess on the program. Till afterward, little by little, they start to come up with that. Because we had much printery.
Yeah.
To get a thing print, you had a thing. So we had no printery. That a printery on the Dutch side, a printery on the French side, but at that time, how to make the printery to set up and machine and then all and all that. Yeah, so for the 11th of November, the first thing we used to have is swimming race.
Okay.
We used to have a boat take, the fellows and them who go and swim, they make some young, two categories. So a first category with some young one, and the second category with some bigger fellows. They go out to a certain distance, and then after the fellows and them, they leave them, tell them jump over, and then everybody.
They have to come to the waterfront? Or?
They come, but that time, the fete, when they doing that, that was there in front of the restaurant there, which had the place we used to call the Sandbox Street. You see there, which had before they had the tourist office.
Yes.
Right there, which part, and there we got the taxi stand activity, where they had a wharf across there.
Okay.
So there they used to come in and thing. And then they used to have also, we call it grease pole.
What's that?
The grease pole was a post they used to have from the old wharf, what was there at that time. They put a post across, and they put 3 flags on top of it. And the fella got to walk, go, and because the grease is slippery.
Okay.
So if you get a flag, well, you get pay. If you get 2 flags, you get pay. So hard fellows wanted. And what some of the fellows used to do, because go up on the post to grease, and you come back again, you fall along the water. It was interesting. So when he come back now, he walk on the other side. They had the sand. So he walk, he pick up some little bit of sand top of his foot to get some grip, and then he go walk on top of it, and maybe he lucky to get a flag, maybe he don't lucky, he don't get no flag. But that a fella there used to call him Shenu, and he was a fella really that was eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So boat race, how boat race used to go? Because today we have boat race, and should they bring up more boats, or how these days when you had the 14 Juillet, you guys boat race? Because we know that boat race is something between Anguilla and St. Martin. That's the part of the culture.
Yeah, that's some big boat used to come to.
Okay.
So the boat race, we had 3 boat races for the thing, for the day.
Okay.
And they have the small boat, the medium size boat, and the bigger size boat. The bigger size boat was like what we call a boat that needed Polaris, Maugot, and we had a Vingsal from Angola. That was a champion boat. So they got Polaris and Vingsal in a race. That is a big thing, what you call it. And then what happened? We had those local boats. And we had, some fellows from Angola used to sail boats from Maugot and things. But the most of the sailors and the one sailing boat used to be from Angola, come over and sail boats. And we had fellows from Grenkas also who used to sail boats and things. And then from Sensen Bay, we had boats who used to come from Sensen Bay and things. And and we used to have a fellow, people used to laugh because they had a domain. A fellow he couldn't speak, but he could understand sign and thing. And when you see his boat getting first prize, he jumping up in a boat.
Happy?
Yeah. And it was interesting. So by that, that the boat race, and today we don't have the boat race like how we used to have now presently now. The boat and them when they used to boat race, the boat and them used to go down by the bluff.
Okay.
And some of them used to go back at the bluff because they had a stake boat back at the bluff. So they go on the bluff and they pass on the stake boat and then they come back in. My God, but some of them, you know, they like take to go up Gallows Bay, you know, but from what you call it, the port and thing, they go up Gallows Bay. Some of them come like they go on in and stand ground and thing, and some of them you see cotton cross breaking the wind from others and thing. But it used to be interesting the way you see, but you should bet me the Polaris and thing with that. The other boat, it was in the second race, the second toy boat was the Alma Gloria. And that was a good boat, and the owner was of Alma Gloria. He was a real, you know, he love it that he had. Yeah. When the guy raced, you sure bet he there with his boat and thing. And like he was from Angola and thing. I heard from Angola used to sail his boat and thing. Yeah, but oh good.
So today, so when you guys were celebrating 14 Juillet, what the meaning of 14 Juillet was for you guys? It's been like because it's National Fête for France. When you guys celebrating 14 of July, do you guys feel like you're more Français because you got to celebrate the National Day? What was the meaning for you guys at that time?
Well, even in 14 Juillet was a French National Fête. So like to be in a holiday, the American and celebrated there. And my grandfather was make the 14, 18, 14, 18.
Okay.
He was an 14, 18. And when he come back, and when they got like 14 Juillet, he used to go up in the fort there with the fog. And then he used to had a cannon and thing and stifle them and they leave good cannon like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
My grandfather. Yeah, he was Emmanuel. Arundel Emmanuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
his nickname was Manu.
Oh, so that was like I always say in French, a fierté because for the ancien combattant, 14 of July, but you guys only do that girl was
I hear about what he used to do.
Yeah.
But I never see him do it. I had known.
Okay.
Okay. Because you know when he come back from the war and thing, and then he get a little kind of age on top of him. So when he was much older, then when I come and I know that that's my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that period when you guys were celebrating 14 of July, how you guys were feeling? Because do you guys were feeling like, hey, we celebrating mother country, or we just have a fete, we do the fete for because they tell us we part of France?
No, the people and them at that time celebrating the 14 Juillet, like, you know, like, it was we fete. You understand? Okay, it was 14 Juillet, but we didn't have these big official people to celebrate it like that. So
when you say he had those big officials, how you guys, he had like préfet, the mayor, and that time you guys didn't have deputy them thing, but how the official used to go on them things?
Yeah, but before that, when don't man 14 Juillet, after they had a boat race, we had a band, a brass band.
Okay.
What used to be playing music and things. So by that, there we call it Sandbox Street, right there and the thing. And they used to be playing on the other side, had a upstairs house, and they be up there playing music. The people in them used to sell cake, tart, pudding and thing, you know, sweet and so forth and thing. And we had no big Frigidaire, you know, Frigidaire and so forth. We used to have some like bar pan, you know. They get oil, they cold the drink and thing, and people go and they buy there. And that was the thing.
So when you say, you guys didn't have no Frigidaire, back then, how are you used to like stocky the meats, or maybe you guys used to eat fresh? Okay.
When I say Frigidaire, you know how it's being popular now. But I had elder people, some people who did have it.
Okay.
And their fridge was working at time after kerosene.
Okay.
There's a light and had a mesh and underneath you had to light it and things so they could get ice and things. And most of his soda used to come from Angola.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now today's are you giving Angola?
Angola and what you call it, and St. Kitts.
Okay.
We used to get sodas and come from St. Kitts. And that time all the sodas and them used to be in bottle. But now today,
Them Fantas and Sprite,
plastic
yeah.
and all different way that we have it now today.
Okay. So 14th of July, when from your time when you watch 14th of July and today, do you feel we should still celebrate that fete or change it, or because most of the time we see Vive la France, Vive la République, and back in your days, do you guys used to be Vive la France, Vive la République? I don't know. Those days, the prefers you guys had, if it was the same type of prefer we had, because when I listen to other people, they used to tell me like, back then the prefer it was a prefer like they used to walk Margot, talk with people. It's not like today. I prefer you ain't gonna see the prefer. Maybe sometimes if you gotta meet somebody, gonna be eating in the waterfront, but you ain't gonna see the prefer walking like he part of St. Martin.
Yeah, but you see, in that time, in the early 60s, there is when what you call it came. The prefecture you come.
Okay.
We did not know you get a passport. Your passport had to come from Guadeloupe.
So who are representing the states?
Who
are representing friends in the country if we had no prefect?
Well, we had no prefect.
Okay.
So the mayor who was doing everything.
Okay.
And the general councillor was in Guadeloupe.
Okay.
The deputy, we had no deputy. Okay, recently we got deputy, but the deputy used to come from Guadeloupe. We have to vote for deputy in Guadeloupe. And the general council is that was used to do from in Guadeloupe. And when, like you see, 14 Juillet, we had champagne, but there is in a mairie, there in the Rue de la République, is there you used to go down there champagne, but when little fellows and they come in, they give you a little soda.
you know that happens today. Not everybody almost getting champagne, but so you guys want to go when I guys walking. I think I can get champagne. They give you 7-Up them.
Meet you underneath with a bottle of soda and they give it to you and things. And that used to happen right around 12:30, 1 o'clock. They used to what you call it. So at that time for that.
So today what 14th of July represent for you?
And for the 14th of July also, because all the sport activities used to be from by the Sandbox Street, come back up.
Okay.
Say by the bank, where we call them Laser Bay.
Yeah.
We used to have running race, jumping in a bag, sticking in a ring, and we used to have and the sticking in a ring. I myself had participated at time instead of it. I was lucky to get a ring.
Okay.
Got to have a line across the road with some circle ring, and you go up the church alley, and you come back to Rue de l'Église, and you come back down the main street, and you on your bicycle, you got a stick, and you push your stick to the ring. Maybe you might miss it, or maybe you catch it. So when you get it, you come back down. Okay. And then they used to do running race. Used to be running from down by there in the corner there by La Via was. From there, you come up till up by the bank up there, and then jumping in the bag, egg and a spoon and things. If you win, you get paid, you get a little something. Okay. And used to be satisfied. And on the side of the street there, the people they move from down there and they come up a little higher up, and then they sell the drinks and so forth and things.
So today, when you watch our 14th of July, one of the 14th of July for you, which one was the best for you? The best 14th of July you celebrate?
The best?
Yes.
Well, it's splendid to see. Yeah.
Yeah?
Because, and then otherwise to that, after you done all those activities there, the people in them used to leave from there and come up when you're not very school. But that was turned to École Garçon. And the people used to be sitting on the other side of the road, and we had a football field there. The football field wasn't closed up.
Also, you could watch the game, everything.
Yeah. So, but before they reach on the football field and thing, the bicycle race used to be Rue Félix Sebourg, Rue de la Hollande, Rue de la République. We used to go down in a circle. Sometimes they make 20 laps around there. That's what the bicycle race used to be.
Okay.
And then after when they had the big race, with the adults fellows did, the big heavy fellows did, we used to, because Some of them used to be raced on top of these. We had no racer bike. We had the English bikes. I'm saying kid bike was very maybe let's say about 10 kilo. Because you know the metal at that time, they have bikes and things. So they used to go out sometimes. They got big race. They like race from the frontiers to the Red Gate.
Okay.
That was where I go out of there. We used to call it Red Gate. So they used to maybe make about 4 or 5 things, and then after there I call it.
So all that used to go down at 14th of July?
All that used to go down on 14th of July. And then when now they come up there now by the Ecologue or some of the football field for the sport now, sometimes now they got grease pig. They get a pig and they put the grease on top of him.
To do what?
They grease him and then afterward they leave him. Hey,
so we're gonna take we talking about with Mr Mingaau c'est la mémoire vivante de Concordia. So we talking about 14th of July. So to know, like, you know, we need to know what was here before so we can move forward in this country. So always listen to the elders, sit down with them, learn the story so we can know what happened. And Mr. Gumsado, I want to know since when you used to drink those bottles, because there's this big bottle, and I remember you used to buy the case, the truck used to bring those sodas, and after you drink all the sodas, you need to leave the case so the truck could come and sell back, give them and pick up another case. So yeah, so for those who remember those times, so 14th of July is tomorrow. We have a ceremony comme d'habitude, ceremony starting 9 o'clock, 8:30 I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have défilé de pompiers, the gendarmes, and majorette. Yeah, the case was red. The case was red, but the bottle you had 7-Up, Fanta, all kind of soda. So today, some of we young people don't know these things because we like Monster, Red Bull, but those, when you drink one of those sodas, I think your belly don't full. It's better than a Booster and Kool-Aid. So yeah, 14th of July tomorrow. So we know 14th of July is French national fete, but hey, we part of the Republic until who coming after us decide to go independent. So yes, we have to keep the memories to know what went on before, so we could try to bring back things and save and protect St. Martin culture, because it just as somebody will tell me this week, St. Martin English need to go in UNESCO and things. After I tell them, listen, that's politics. It's not me, Gerald, and you're going to do it. That's politician need to sit down with all we writers, all the big writers we have in the country to put them things in place. So 14th of July is a fete. We cannot give up in those things. We need to ameliorate the same way we have Mr. Mingaau about it, so we could bring those things. So I was telling you guys, with Mr. Mingaau, we're talking about 14th of juillet, 14 juillet, fête nationale de la France. And when you guys went in got under Guadeloupe, when France started to put everything in St. Martin, like prefecture, them things, how you guys accept it? Because, you know, you guys demanded, I say by you, the whole country Guadeloupe, and now you guys see prefecture coming in, and I believe now 14th of July, you guys got to bring drapeau bleu, blanc, rouge into.
No, we used to have drapeau bleu, blanc, rouge and things. It used to be with the scouts and things. Okay. With the scouts, they got défilé, they had majorette. We had scouts used to come from Angola for the 14 juillet. Okay. The scouts from Phillipsburg used to come over, plus the scouts Margot and the majorette and there. And we had the Sonnies from Grand Cause. Yeah. Okay. Well, what I call it, Mr. Bonnet had a Sonnies from Grand Cause, so they used to come down. So they used to be up in all the 6 days there. There used to be a big défilés and things that we had. And then afterward, like in the 70s now, then now we get, what you call it, they start to make like défilé militaire and thing and so forth. But the other kind of défilé we had before, when they got 14 juillet, used to be the scout from Margot, Angola scout and thing, and what you call it. But we know the scout, they got a French flags and thing and so forth, but it wasn't saying that vice français, we this and that.
So are you guys wasn't here to sing La Marseillaise, them things, eh?
No, we had all that. And then, what you call it, and the Monument de Mort and thing. It's only recently that when they build a collectivity, they had which was the commune, the mairie, is then they put what you call it, the Monument de Mort. But before we didn't have no place to put no Monument de Mort. And the plaque for the Monument de Mort there was in the Catholic Church.
Ah bon?
It was in the Catholic Church.
Why he was doing?
Plaque.
What he was doing in the Catholic Church?
The monument, people they were bringing out to the other side, they had it. I can't tell you the reason why they put it there.
I learned. Okay, we're learning tonight. I didn't know that plaque was in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, I have family on top of that why died.
Okay.
Always in the army.
But when you see now the 14 juillet is really a fête nationale. The time what friends come in, when prefecture, when other service. At that time, how St. Martin people were feeling about that? Because you guys celebrating 14 of July without prefecture, without other service de l'État, and then prefecture. When prefecture come in, did that change anything for you guys in 14 of July?
When prefecture come in, it mostly an administration papers. You know, you have to get your passport, come from Guadeloupe and thing. But at that time, before that, St. Martin was more American.
Okay.
System American, but they start thinking send the children in the state, are they going St. Thomas, St. Christ and things. So otherwise, and before that, when a young little boy coming up, St. Martin, we used to go to Kyoto, Aruba and things so forth. But is here in the early 70s now that the prefecture start to implement much more in the country.
So today, if you have advice to give those people who will be around 14 of July, what advice you will give them? Because it's just like you vacuum all the 14 of July and today you watching, what advice you will give we young people who meet 14 of July? What advice you will give us who live in 14 of July now?
Well, the 14th of July, where you are living now, as I see, that isn't one like the one that we had before. What I say, in those days, we didn't have no money to make big fete, but it was interesting. Everybody could enjoy the fete and thing and so forth. And then also, when they had to go up on the football field, we used to have the Dutch side selection, come up play against the French side selection football. So that was the big thing. And then afterward, we had skyrocket and thing. We used to go down on the waterfront and see the skyrocket. And then, but the skyrocket, what they have today and what we had now was, you know, that is real modern noise, technology and thing and so forth. But we said enjoy the skyrocket a little bit what it was.
Okay. So, Guy, today, how much 14 of July you done win actually with the modern 14 of July? How much you done win? Do you go watch a défilé or you just say, listen, I don't see them things already the same thing every year, or you don't come out and go see what's going on if they got a new thing or?
Well, recently, you know, I'll pass and okay, because what happened, and the scout, they had my brother, I was chief of scout with others, and they were responsible for scout. We come out, we see the défilé the scout, to be in interest, they go down on a wharf and you see it. But for how the fete is now, isn't like before. They don't have the same love like what they had before. Because people used to come from St. Thomas, people come down from the States to spend 14th of July.
Ah bon?
Yeah, people used to come from the States, New York, and even come from Aruba and Kyoto, so they come up for 14th of July. But today now, they don't come as before. Because some of them saying things are the same love like how it used to be before and thing, you know. You know, so the place change, we got to have a lot of different changes, so by that. It don't have the same charm. the shaman you had before, you'll meet somebody that you don't see for a long time, come from the state, or the person come from KOSO and thing, and some other people, so most when you have 14th of July, some other people in the state, KOSO and Aruba, they come in some other for the effect.
Okay. So, my before last question, because you know, I got a fellow with Guy coming after us. And at that time, what was St. Martin dish like? What you guys used to eat? Because today, when you ask a young person, what St. Martin people culture, food, they take chicken leg and Johnny cake. So I know you always tell me that chicken leg and Johnny cake, you need to agree with it. So what you guys used to really eat at that time?
Well, the real thing we used to eat on a Sunday. Because my mother and day that all people raise fowl and chicken and things and so forth. So yeah, we used to get chicken to eat is only on Sunday, but that wasn't no what you call locally and what they're speaking about. It's because they used to raise the fowl, they butcher it and they kill the fowl Saturday, they cook it and then because we had no fridge to keep these things. And then what we used to have corn fish.
Okay.
The meat, when you butcher hog, you don't sell all the meat, you corn the meat and thing. So by that, favorite food was most American soup, a corn fish and dumpling, or you have the way you call trip, the thing and so forth. The people used to go down Gallows Bay. A fella butcher hog or butcher thing used to go down Gallows Bay by the sea because the road where they got to go to the beach. When the man buy the hotel, he tell the people there, well, okay, he buy the 2 pieces of land, so he gonna make one restaurant will be across the road, and he give the people there to pass on the other side to go end up at the beach. And the people used to go down there, they clean, they trip and thing, and they come back up and thing and so forth. So we used to mostly and salt food, fishermen and like trip, and you had corn, fish and things.
So pea soup, when pea soup come in?
Yeah, we had pea soup also, pigeon peas, because people had a ground and sand ground and thing. Even here, which we had, Paul Lampois is up here. Not the new one, you were up there they had before.
INPE. Yeah.
Up there before. And used to call their Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why they call it Korea, because when they give the people the land to work, they had a lot of Jaspaniers. And the people they cut in the bush, and they say, man, you know, in Korea at that time, they had a war. So the Jaspaniers shot them, they say they get it.
So we today 14th of July, tomorrow is 14th of July, you know, officially we go church, all kind of thing, nice speeches. Today in 22, when you watching St. Martin, how you feel as an elder and how you see how St. Martin was before, and today what's your feeling as an elder when you watch how the country is, how the country is running, and how you see the future of St. Martin?
I tell the future of St. Martin is to leave to the people and them presently, because everybody wanted to do their best. And everybody are trying. But we have to get together and make a good St. Martin. And by that, everybody could enjoy the St. Martin and could enjoy the 14 year. If you don't try to do that, we ain't going to have a 14 year, because the elders and they were there before, they was together and thing and they enjoy it. So these are coming behind, we have to do that.
Okay. So last question for tonight. If you had an advice to give to the actual president, because we know you ought to say that maybe now we don't see Guy, but Guy following politics better than me. So if you had an advice to give to the actual president, Mr. Mussington, what advice will you give as an elder of the country?
Well, the advice, you know, sometimes you give your advice and the person can listen to you, and they have to pick the good and the bad and see what St. Martin needs. Because we have to listen to St. Martin people, because St. Martin people are crying. We don't have everything the way that we want, but those that was there before, they try their best. Now we got Mussington. Well, I think that he doing his best for the island. So I'll give him a chance. I give him a chance to look at it, see what he's doing. Because we always just criticize. A fella ain't doing this, but you're not criticizing the fellow. You just see that the thing could have been better. Because sometimes you say, man, you don't like. You know, question it, you don't like. But you just see that this should have been better. So you talk about it, and you could agree with the person.
So, Guy, thank you for passing. Thank you for this conversation because every time I talk with him, I don't learn. But anyway, he know what I'm talking about. So, thank you for passing through conversation with me. Thank you for passing through Youth Radio. And I know I'm gonna have you again. We're gonna talk about other topic because tonight we speak about 14th of July. Next week I will have green cars. People will talk about green cars. And I believe 11 November, if I still there, we will talk about 11. But I will bring Guy more often to talk about how St. Martin was. And you guys have elders. And because I don't want to because Guy is my friend, every time I bring Guy. If you guys want to talk about how your area was before people bring a lot of change in the country, I'm open. Contact me through Facebook or contact people I don't know, people I know, and you will find me. So I could only wish you guys a happy Bastille Day. I hope everybody will be safe, and we see what happened the beginning of the week. Only message I could say tonight is young people, be careful on the road. And I will say it in French, Monsieur le Préfet, Messieurs les gendarmes, les enfants des Saint-Martinois, ce sont des humains aussi. So, yes, les jeunes, des fois, c'est vrai, les jeunes, on a tort. On pense qu'à notre tête, mais je pense qu'on est tous humains. OK? Sandigang a besoin d'avancer. C'est logique, ils vont réagir. Certes, la gendarmerie a perdu des voitures, a perdu c'est vrai, il y a eu, c'est là, les chats ont emmené des paroles, ça a été déformé. Mais aujourd'hui, quand vous voyez le visage du jeune qui a eu l'accident, quand il est tombé, un gendarme qui le touche, logiquement, un accidenté, on ne le touche pas. Mais j'appelle au préfet de se mettre autour de la table. Parce que dans le passé, il y a eu autour de la table, c'était beaucoup de parler, et on oublie Sandigang. À chaque fois, je ne suis pas de Sandigang. Sandigang a un élu. Donc, je pense qu'à un moment, il faut se mettre autour de la table avec ces jeunes-là. On n'a pas besoin de ces jeunes-là que pour voter pour nous durant les élections. Mais un moment, après un an maintenant, il faut se mettre autour de la table. Certes, le président et sa majorité fait l'effort de donner des casques, patati patata. Mais aujourd'hui, le jeune, il est vraiment ramoché. Donc, il faut trouver un milieu. On n'est pas à Paris, on n'est pas à Montpellier. Il va falloir mettre beaucoup d'eau dans vos contrôles et faire comment dire ça, pas différents contrôles, mais améliorer la relation gendarme et habitants. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, on rentre dans un circuit, ça va pas être joli. Donc, je demande la porte est ouverte, surtout pour le préfet, parce que j'ai l'impression, monsieur le préfet, on vous attend à Youth Radio. Donc, il faut calmer le jeu. Et courage à ce jeune-là, courage à la famille. C'est pas facile, mais soyez forts, faites ce que vous avez à faire. Comme je dirais encore ce soir, les jeunes de Saint-Martin, ce sont des humains. On peut pas les traiter de n'importe comment. Et young people, be safe on the road. Wear your helmet. Do what you have to do to secure yourself. Okay? So guys, on vous souhaiter à tous ceux qui sont français un bon 14 juillet. Il n'y aura pas de discours du président Emmanuel Macron, ça sera le premier. Bon, il va parler après. Mais soyez prudents, buvez avec responsabilité parce que les Français, ils aiment beaucoup le vin et le champagne. Buvez avec modération et rentrez bien chez vous, soyez prudents. Après moi, il y a monsieur, tous ses cheveux sont blancs. Monsieur Tour avec Backbone, et ce soir, je crois qu'il a l'historien de Freetown. I hope I say good. Freetown. You have a Freetown card in the house tonight. So people, Take care. See you guys next week. We'll talk about examen, réussite, and then we can go to green cards. Be safe and take care. Bye-bye.